Bird is a story about growing up, where love often hides behind conflict and misunderstanding. It explores how leaving home is not just about distance, but about learning to see the people and places that shaped us with honesty and care. Christine Lady Bird McPherson is a senior student at a Catholic high school in the suburbs of Sacramento in 2002. She lives with her family in a small house. Her family includes her mother Marion, her father, her older brother Miguel, who is adopted, and Miguel's girlfriend Shelley Yuhan. The family struggles with money, and this affects many parts of their daily life. Lady Bird dreams of leaving Sacramento after high school. She wants to attend a well-known college on the East Coast, in what she calls a city with culture. She believes that going far away will help her become the person she wants to be. However, her family's financial situation makes this dream very difficult. Miguel and Shelley work as checkout attendants at a grocery store, showing how limited the job options are for the family. Lady Bird's father works for a company where people are often laid off, and there is constant worry about losing income. Marion, Lady Bird's mother, is very practical and strict. She reminds Lady Bird that the family can barely afford in-state college tuition, let alone an expensive college far away. She believes Lady Bird does not understand how hard life is and often calls her ungrateful. Lady Bird argues back, saying that she can apply for loans and scholarships and pay for college herself. This difference in thinking causes many arguments between them. One of their worst fights happens during a car ride. Marion criticizes Lady Bird's dreams and tells her they are unrealistic. Feeling hurt and angry, Lady Bird suddenly opens the car door and jumps out while the car is still moving. She breaks her arm, showing how extreme her emotions are. Lady Bird's best friend is Julianne Julie Steffens. The two girls are very close and spend most of their time together at school. They understand each other and feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and problems. They both decide to join their school's theater program, hoping it will be fun and give them a place to belong. In the theater group, Lady Bird meets a boy named Danny O'Neill. Danny is kind, polite, and well-liked. As they spend more time together, Lady Bird starts to like him, and he shows interest in her too. At the same time, Lady Bird begins to feel insecure around Julie. She notices that Julie is more naturally talented and feels jealous, even though Julie has done nothing wrong. Lady Bird and Danny soon begin a romantic relationship. Lady Bird feels happy and proud to be with him. When Thanksgiving comes, she chooses to spend the holiday with Danny and his family instead of her own. Danny's family is warm and welcoming, and Lady Bird enjoys being in a home that feels calm and loving, which is very different from her own. However, their relationship ends suddenly and painfully. One day, Lady Bird discovers Danny in a bathroom stall with another boy. She is shocked and hurt by what she sees. This moment brings their relationship to an abrupt end, leaving Lady Bird confused and upset. Later, at her mother Marion's insistence, Lady Bird takes a small job at a coffee shop. The work is simple and tiring, but it teaches her responsibility. While working there, she meets Kyle Schiebel, a quiet and rebellious musician. Kyle seems confident and different from others, which attracts Lady Bird. Lady Bird and Kyle begin a romantic relationship. As she becomes closer to Kyle, she starts to change. She slowly drifts away from Julie, spending less time with her longtime best friend. Instead, Lady Bird begins hanging out with Jenna Walton, a popular girl at school. Lady Bird wants to fit in and feel important, even if it means leaving behind the friendship that once mattered most to her. After Jenna gets into trouble with the nun teacher, Sister Sarah Joan, for wearing a skirt that is too short, she feels embarrassed and angry. To deal with it, Jenna spends time with Lady Bird, and the two girls bond over a small act of harmless rebellion. Together, they lightly vandalize Sister Sarah Joan's car. This shared moment makes Lady Bird feel closer to Jenna and more accepted by her. Wanting to impress Jenna and hide her real life, Lady Bird lies about where she lives. She gives Jenna an address that actually belongs to Danny's grandmother, which is in a nicer area. By doing this, Lady Bird pretends to be from a wealthier background than she really is. Lady Bird soon drops out of the school theater program. After leaving, she is later stopped by Danny outside the coffee shop where she works. Danny is emotional and opens up to her about how hard it is for him to accept and express who he truly is. Lady Bird listens and comforts him, showing kindness and understanding despite their past. As time passes, Lady Bird spends less and less time with Julie, and their close friendship continues to fade. Lady Bird's new friendships and relationships slowly begin to fall apart. At a party, she kisses Kyle, and they talk honestly with each other. They both say that they are virgins, which makes Lady Bird feel closer to him. When they later have sex for the first time, the experience is disappointing and awkward. Afterward, Kyle admits that he lied and was not actually a virgin. This confession deeply hurts Lady Bird and makes her feel betrayed. Feeling broken and upset, Lady Bird turns to her mother for comfort. Marion holds her and supports her without asking any questions, offering silent care instead of criticism. This moment shows a rare sense of closeness between them. Later, Lady Bird is suspended from school after she loudly mocks a guest speaker during an anti-abortion assembly. While she is suspended, Jenna comes to visit her. During the visit, Jenna realizes that the address Lady Bird gave her is not real and belongs to someone else in a rich neighborhood. Jenna understands that Lady Bird lied about her life, and this discovery exposes the truth behind their friendship. Lady Bird later learns that her father, Larry, has recently lost his job. She also begins to notice that he is quiet, withdrawn, and struggling emotionally. It becomes clear that he is dealing with depression, which adds more stress to the family. At school, Lady Bird meets with her college counselor. The counselor reads her application essay and points out that it shows a deep love for Sacramento. Lady Bird quickly disagrees and says she only described the city with careful detail. The counselor gently tells her that paying close attention to something often means love, even if she does not realize it. At home, despite Marion's worries and strict opinions, Larry quietly supports Lady Bird. He encourages her to apply to the schools she truly wants to attend. Without telling Marion, he is willing to make sacrifices, even planning to refinance their house if needed, so Lady Bird can have a chance at her dream. Lady Bird begins applying to several colleges, including ones outside California. Her father helps her by including financial assistance letters, even though her mother continues to say the family cannot afford it. Lady Bird holds on to hope and waits anxiously for the results. When the college decisions finally arrive, Lady Bird is disappointed to learn that she has been accepted to UC Davis, a school only 20 minutes away from her home. It feels like her worst fear coming true. She also finds out that she has been placed on the waitlist for a university in New York City. Lady Bird keeps this information to herself and chooses not to tell Marion, holding on to a small piece of hope on her own. Even though Lady Bird's relationship with her family and friends feels tense and uncertain, she agrees to go to her high school prom with Kyle. They set out together with Kyle's friend and his friend's date. On the way, the group suddenly decides that going to a party would be more fun than attending the prom. Lady Bird feels uncomfortable with this plan and realizes she does not belong with them anymore. Lady Bird asks them to drop her off at Julie's apartment instead. When she meets Julie, the two girls talk honestly and reconnect after spending so much time apart. They forgive each other and rebuild their friendship. Together, they decide to go to the prom as friends, just like they used to be, and they enjoy the night in each other's company. Soon after, Lady Bird passes her driving test, gaining a small sense of independence. However, peace at home does not last. Marion discovers that Lady Bird secretly applied to colleges outside California without telling her. Feeling hurt and betrayed, Marion reacts by completely ignoring Lady Bird. She gives her the silent treatment, creating even more distance between mother and daughter. In 2003, on Lady Bird's 18th birthday, her father Larry spends a quiet moment with her. He shares a cupcake with her and makes a small joke, saying that he and her mother cannot afford to get a divorce. The moment is simple but warm, showing his gentle way of caring for her. Now that she is legally an adult, Lady Bird goes to a convenience store by herself. She buys a pack of cigarettes, a scratch-off lottery ticket, and a magazine. This moment reflects her curiosity and her desire to feel grown up and independent. Soon after, Lady Bird leaves home to move to New York. Her mother Marion drives her to the airport, but the ride is cold and silent. At the airport, Lady Bird walks toward the terminal with her father. She believes her mother does not want to see her or say goodbye. In truth, Marion is holding back because she does not want Lady Bird to see her cry. While driving away, Marion suddenly changes her mind and rushes back to the airport, but Lady Bird has already boarded the plane and left. After arriving in New York, Lady Bird opens her luggage and discovers several unfinished letters written by her mother. Marion had thrown them away, but Larry secretly collected them and packed them for Lady Bird. Reading the letters, Lady Bird understands something important. Even if her mother struggles to show affection and may not always like her behavior, she truly loves her. After this realization, Lady Bird begins using her given name, Christine, instead of calling herself Lady Bird. Later, Christine drinks too much at a college party and ends up in the hospital. After she is released, she goes to a church by herself. Sitting there, she becomes emotional and begins to cry. Feeling changed and reflective, she calls home and leaves a message for her mother. In the message, she apologizes and thanks her mother for everything she has done for her. If you enjoyed this story and want more meaningful movie explanations, please subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep creating content like this. Thank you.